Okay, so Sheikh, this is the one where the brother, he contact me and he suspects his wife is cheating on him. She's having an affair based on her past recent behavior and based on some text messages he saw. So he wanted me to ask you, is it allowed for him to spy on her by him following her vehicle and putting a bug in her car so he can listen to her phone conversations? Is that allowed?
Right. I've read your question, actually. I've read your question. And that's maybe why I said to you that it's an important question. Yeah, I apologize. Yes, I did. Ikhwani, as I said, Fatawa market is there for you to shop around. You could have more than one answer for this. But let's just see what the Prophet ﷺ had done. If the person, he has just suspicion like that, suspicion. There is no suspicion had emerged except because he's jealous. Or maybe it's a hint or something. Or maybe he entered on his wife and she was looking to the mobile and then suddenly she hid in the mobile. It shouldn't jump onto your mind that she's talking to somebody other than you, as a mate dating with somebody else. Should never done that, ever. It could be that something else. Maybe she didn't want to show you that she is busy doing this on the mobile. Maybe you don't like her to see her doing this. Maybe she was sending a word to her friend from the girls. It could be anything, any reason. But for me to see this and build upon it lofty towers and palaces of doubts and all of that, that's not correct. So, let's just see what the Prophet ﷺ had done with his most beloved wife, Aisha radiallahu anha. Prophet of Allah, he was with Aisha when they were going back from Ghazwat Bani al-Mustaliq, a battle. On the way, the army camped. And Aisha said, radiallahu anha, that we were before, when we got married recently, because it's not really a long time when we got married, it's only 4 years marriage of hers. So what would happen is that we were light. And we used to be carried on the cottage, you call it cottage, on top of the camel. Small room. So this room, they will take it up from the camel and put it down. And then the woman, she comes out of it. So because her light weight, they will not be able to distinguish whether this cottage is empty or there's somebody inside it. So when the army camped, what happened is that she, radiallahu anha, she had basically lost a necklace and she was looking for it. And then when she came back, the army moved forward. They put the cottage on top of the camel, thinking that she's inside it, but she was not inside it. And she went, and they left her. So what she did, she stayed behind. She knew that the army later on, when they camp again, they will know that she's not there. They will go back for her. She's done the best thing, is to stay apart, not to go and look for them and then lose them. She doesn't know where to go. She stayed there. Now, there was a person who all the time stays behind to see if anything had left behind the army, and that's called Safwan al-Mu'attal, radiallahu anhu. And he's a person as well, he's a heavy sleeper. He sleeps. And he's the one his wife is being complained against him because he does the Fajr after the sunrise. He does the Fajr after the sunrise. So when she complained, the Prophet asked him, he said, Messenger of Allah, we are people who are heavy sleep. Now we wake up after sunrise. We try our best. We wake up after sunrise. He said, if you woke up, then pray your prayer. Sali. Because he's making his best. He does not really watch movies during the night in order that he can't wake up. But he doesn't wake up. Anyway, so he looked and he saw her and she was asleep and he recognized her because he used to see her before the hijab.
Want to trick your brain into becoming more confident and finally achieving those goals you've been struggling with for ages?
Asleep, and he recognized her because he used to see her before the hijab. He recognized her. So he started making, how we say in Arabic, dastur. That means making a noise like there's somebody. He said, La ilaha illallah. Astaghfirullah, la ilaha illallah. She woke up in his voice. So she covered herself. So he brought the camel, went back, and then she mounted the camel. He started now holding the camel, the tether, and he started what? Moving towards what? The army to catch up with them. As soon as they have arrived there, okay, some of the people watched this. She's on her own with him. And تولى كبره Abdullah ibn Abi Salul. This hypocrite man, Abdullah ibn Salul, is the one who had enlarged the matter, and he made it like a defamation of Aisha radiallahu anha. This defamation reached all corners of the city, except for whom? For Aisha herself. She didn't know, because she all the time stuck to the house, she doesn't know. The Prophet ﷺ, he heard about this, that she had done this fornication with Safwan. Now the Prophet ﷺ trusts Aisha, and he trusts whom? Safwan as well. Not only that, he said that, they are accusing my family to do this fornication with somebody whom I trust. He used to come with me when I entered my family, he used to come, I know him. And that's a big defamation, ikhwan. Because the Prophet didn't have any revelation to clear up this whole thing. And this person is, Prophet had even ascended the pulpit and told that this person had adha. He had harmed me and my family. Who's going to stop him from me? And there was almost a fight between the Khazraj and the Aus because of this man. Because he belongs to the Khazraj, by the way, he's not from the Aus. So anyway, did the Prophet of Allah employ someone to go and check up on Aisha? If she is maybe dating with somebody else. Did he? He didn't have the bugs and all these machines, but he could just somebody to watch her. Did he? Did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say to, for example, of the women or his wife, because the co-wives they will cooperate. Go on, check on this. She's maybe she said good words about him, about Safwan. Did he? No. Even though there was a big doubt, because she was with him on her own, but there was a reason for this. She was left on her own. She delayed. He did not check up. Second one, a man came to the Prophet of Allah, and he's suspecting his wife that she brought him a son who is not the same color. So let's tell you what, they are both white, son became black. Or they're both black, the son is white. No, so he must be from what? Different men. So she asked the Prophet he asked the Prophet. Did the Prophet say, oh, well, if it is the case, then go and employ some people to go and spy on your wife? Did he say that? No, he didn't say this. He just directed him to something else. He said, okay, do you have any camels? He said, yes. What the colors of the camels? Well, whatever, gray and black and white. And so okay, that white, where did it come from? He said, لَعَلَّ عِرْقُ النَّزَعَ. Yani maybe from his very great-great-grandfather of this camel, he had this color, that's why the new one he became. He said, and it's your son as well. Maybe he had been pulled by, one of those ancestors of yours. You don't know, he came from Siberia, maybe he came from, and he became this color, blonde, whatever. So he did not tell him to go and spy. So if it's not a big deal, ikhwani, you can't just say because it's this, it must be this. Don't do that. Because the best thing for you is to sit with your wife. I have seen you pulling the mobile like this. Can I just ask, because it made me to doubt. She will tell you maybe, I was looking at the clothes, maybe really these clothes are naked a bit, so you were going to be upset with me and I didn't want to show you. It could be that. And then instead of having building, she had, yes, I saw her, she's looking at that man and all of this will ruin your house. It will kill your family. Wallah. Because the shaitan likes to do this. This is a shaitan being sent by Iblis. To do this is the best of job is to separate between a husband and a wife. And how can he separate better than planting doubts in the mind of yours? Oof, it's devastation. So I would say to the person, sit with her. I have seen 1, 2, 3. All right? That is. But if it is really obvious, you've held messages, you could read them. My dear, such and such, which is your wife, and she's replying to him, and you got them. Phone calls, which you listened to them by coincidence. You didn't plan for it, they were there. You have seen her with this man holding hand to hand. Don't know who he is. Then at this time, you could spy in order to confirm and for the sake of giving the right decision of yours. What are you going to do?
Don't pay anything to fix your roof. New York City homeowners can get a free roof while
giving the right decision of yours. What are you going to do? Or you could, again, ask her to confirm, what is this person I've seen? What are these messages? If she comes from a correct, and maybe somebody else is using her mobile. Do you understand me? Could be somebody else. Maybe it's her daughter. She's your own daughter. You don't know. Allahu alam. So the best thing is to sit with your wife and to come, with confrontation. What is it? I want to know. Makes me relax. That's the best thing, inshallah. Wallahu ta'ala alam. Shammam, tfaddal. Oh, you have any question from here? Tfaddal.
So there are two questions.